Welcome to lesson 5-3, and our question today, how is subtracting fractions like adding fractions? And then the opposite side of that question, how are they different? Because last time we worked with adding fractions, and now we're going to focus on subtracting. But first, for our review, we're going to work with some fraction puzzles. So give me a second here while I try and draw the boxes that we want. So there's box number 1, and we put these here. I kind of ran out of room there. And our numbers are, let's put these here, 7, 28, and 36. Ooh, pen's not writing very well on that. And let's draw one more. And these numbers, let's do these in blue. No, let's go back to pink. 16, 32, and 24. So I'm going to pause the video, and why don't you also pause the video and check and see what you can get. Alright, hopefully you've completed these to the best of your ability. Now remember, when we talk about factor puzzles, we have to look and see what would make these get 7, and then what would make these get 28. Well, we know that this one has to be a 7, because we get multiples of 7 on this line. So the bottom one is also 7. Now, what times 7 will give us 7? Well, that would be 1. What times 7 will give us 28? That would be a 4. So now we know that this is 4. 4 times what gives us 36, because they're going to meet right here, and that would be 9. And then 9 times 1, this is going to be 9 up here, and these are just going to match up on this side. Alright, now let's look at this one. We've got 16, 32, 24. So what times what will give us 16? Well, we've got a 2 and an 8, a 4 and a 4. There's going to be lots of things. So let's check and see what we got. Well, we know we have 32 and 24. Those are both multiples of 8. So let's just start with 8. Okay, what times 8 will give me 32? We're going to look here. What times 8 will give me 32? And that would be 4. And then, so that would be 4. What times 4 gives me 16? 4. What times 8 will give me 24? Okay, we're looking at this box right here. And that would be 3. So 3 is here, 4 is here. 3 times 4 is 12. And that's how we do that. That's factor circles. Now, one thing when we look at fractions and we look at numerators and denominators and all those things that are, all fractiony, when we look at it, let's start with the fraction 1/2. Okay? And then we have 1/6. We know we can say that 1/2 is greater than 1/6, because when we look at these, this is the number of pieces that we're cutting one whole into. So we're cutting into 2 pieces, and one of 2 is bigger than 1 of 6. Just like we know 1/6 is going to be greater than 1/10. Because if you have one pie, and we cut it into 10 slices, or 6 slices, those slices will be bigger. 1/10 is bigger than 1/12. 1/12 is bigger than 1/20. 1/20 is bigger than 1/40. 1/40 is greater than 1/100. Now, when we look at this, boys and girls, And hopefully you see the pattern that if the numerator is 1, that the larger the bottom number is, the smaller the chunks. Imagine you had a pie and you split it into 2 pieces, or a donut, or whatever you want. Something that you would really like something of. If you split it in 2 pieces to share, you're going to get more than if you split it into 6 pieces to share. But if you had 6 pieces that you're sharing, you'll have a bigger piece than if you had 10 pieces. 10 slices or pieces would be bigger than if there were 12 slices. So with the numerators the same, the bottom number, the denominator, that's going to determine how big the slices are. All right, that's it for our review lesson. Oh my goodness, I forgot to type our question. I better do that, huh? We'll wait. And actually, we'll talk about it at the end of the video too. So.